How to set up your Felwood spoke machine. You have 3 Allens on the side here. You're going to loosen these up. And then when you go to loosen this third one, just make sure the machine just don't drop right on the dies. See how the machine dropped a little? Now what I'll do is I'll take, say you're set up at 15, I'm going to go to 2.0. You should be able to read your setup spacers, 14 gauge 2.0. That's going to be facing up. You're going to take this and you're going to lift your machine up and get the setup spacer in there. And get it to stop on this fixed die, the fixed cutter right here. It's going to stop right there. Handle's going to be straight out on you. Now when you get to this point, you can feel the machine move. What you want to do is just rock it, level out. I come to the front where it stops rocking right there. I'll apply a little pressure right here. And I'll tighten that first Allen. Then I'll come to the back one. All I'm doing is putting a little pressure here, not a lot. And I'll snug it up. Setup spacer should come out. Then I'll continue to tighten the bottom one. You'll grab your 14 gauge spoke and do a test run. Make sure everything rolls smooth. You're going to measure 2.0. Some spokes may be a millimeter or 2 off, but it should be close. As long as you're above 2.21 all the way up to 2728, you're okay. And you'll test it. Okay. Now for doing spoke measurements, depends where you put your slide and where you want to hold the spoke. You could have it dropped all the way down in, add 1 millimeter. If you have it holding up like that, you'll be on the money. A lot of people let it drop down and they'll just set it and I'll add 1 millimeter and then they'll just hold it and cut. Let the machine do the work. You could hold the spoke like this if you want to and just keep it in place and just do your measurement. Cut and roll. Now to troubleshoot, if you're not getting your 2.26, 2.5, 2.4, anywhere around there, there's a few things you could check. You loosen these 3 Allens up. Hear the machine drop. I'll go ahead and get ready to set my 14 gauge setup spacer. It's between the dies. Now I'll take a blank spoke and I'll literally lift up on the machine and take in this gap and make sure I have no debris in here at all to cause any interference from setting up. And then you'll just go ahead and make sure your setup spacer is facing up. Come straight forward, it stops. You can feel a rock on the machine. You can apply pressure straight down or rock it to where it rocks in the front. Apply a little pressure on it. You don't need a lot. And snug it. Come to your back one, put a little pressure in the back here. Snug it. And then you make sure all 3 Allens are tight. And then you'll come back and do a test cut again. Measure your spoke. Close, 2.0 it should be, 199, we're off a little bit, but I'm still good on my cut. And always test and make sure your threads are good. You have a couple oil points here. You can just throw oil on the bearings here. On the side of the machine you have an oil port. People don't know that. You can squirt oil down in there. And you take and squirt oil on the side here. And then swoosh it back in there. And then you cut your 10, 15 spokes and then oil it again.